Star Wars Jedi Survivor trailer that debuted during the Game Awards has a lot inside of the trailer. I missed a couple of things when I was watching it live. I wanted to do a full breakdown of exactly everything we're going to be seeing in this game. There's lots of changes. There's time that has passed. There's new mechanics, new maybe places we're going to be going. And I wanted to give you a very quick breakdown and then discuss it with my live audience. I loved the first game. It was one of the first games I ever replayed almost immediately on a harder difficulty. And it sort of served as my catalyst into Sekiro and other FromSoft games. So I put all of the information at the beginning of the video. These are longer videos because they are live streams. So if you do like this kind of content, be sure to hit subscribe and the bell button so you don't miss out on my videos. Now, if you missed it, they announced the release date for Jedi Survivor, which is the sequel to Jedi Fallen Order. It's essentially Jedi Fallen Order 2, and it will be landing on March 17th of 2023. Now, that felt fast to a lot of us when we were hearing, like, oh yeah, this game's going to be coming out, relatively soon next year. Many people thought there's just no way, and here it comes, like it's actually right around the corner. Now, the actual trailer was accompanied by the actor as well at the Game Awards. He walked out with a lightsaber. This continues to make me feel like they really need to put him in one of the TV shows. I think they might even do that because, he was holding an actual lightsaber and he was in an outfit kind of from the game. It made it very clear, like, hey, this could be a guy that you could easily put into the content. You could put him in there and it could be really, really good. He'd be a great presence, I think, in the TV show. Apparently, a lot of time has passed. He's more grizzled. He has a beard. I actually think that's great. I'm in favor of beards in games. And it is picking up 5 years after the adventure of Jedi Fallen Order. So we are seeing some returning characters. We are seeing some familiar faces. BD1 is with him. We see Seer. She's like bald. She's looking pretty cool. It looks like she's interacting with some type of a database to maybe find all of the people who are Force sensitive. Now, Grease and Marin are missing. Greases or Grizz, or however they pronounce it in the game, it's spelled Grease. He was the one piloting the ship, and then Marin was the girl you picked up from Dathomir, who ended up coming with you. I thought you would end up, playing as these characters potentially. They are missing, so we don't know. Now, people were speculating that there might be co-op in the game. There is a shot of you doing some co-op gameplay with what appears to be a guy with two blasters. It's like an AI, I'm assuming. I think this is going to be more akin to like when you do co-op in a game like Batman, where it's very clear that the AI is sort of doing things, then you're interacting and doing combos together. He sort of rolls off of your back and then, does like a combo to finish off the bad guy. So it's probably going to be more like a Batman team up. Now, everybody was speculating about the blaster because the pre-order benefits hit Steam early, and it seemed pretty clear Cal's going to have a blaster this time. The early promo art, he had a blaster on his leg. But then I saw this co-op AI interaction. I thought, well, maybe we're going to have somebody with us, not just BD, but another person, kind of like Atreus in God of War. We could maybe have a range AI companion. That I do not think is the case. I was sort of forming a theory around that, like maybe the blasters are for him. Maybe you're just kind of like, listen, I don't really get down with blasters. As far as I can tell, right on your left leg, so when you're behind Cal, his left leg, there is a holster there for a blaster. And throughout this trailer, it's almost never holding a blaster. The holster is just sort of empty. And I think that's because you don't have it the entire time. Funny enough, whenever you actually look closely at the sequence where he's fighting with the AI, companion, that's when Cal has a blaster on his left. If I actually rewind here, this fight, he doesn't have one, but he pulls out a double lightsaber. I'll talk about that in just a second. But he doesn't have the blaster on his leg. It's there once he's with this AI companion. So it's possible we're going to be in instances where this guy that we team up with is like, hey, you don't want to pull out your lightsaber in this environment. Here, use my extra blaster or whatever. And then Cal gets sort of a new thing in his tool set. This is the sequence here where you can see it on Cal's leg, and then he does the little co-op thing. So it's possible it's going to be adding to our repertoire of combos and different things that we can do. So I think that's pretty excitement to see that sort of new equipment showing up. Now, I'm not even talking about the lightsabers yet. There's also mounts shown in the trailer. One mount he actually rides on and can engage in combat from the back of the whatever the creature is, and then he's sort of holding on to one, sort of soaring down in an area. That doesn't seem as intentional. That feels more like a glider of some kind, not an actual flying mount like in Horizon Forbidden West. There are new lightsabers as well, and this was the part that got me really excited because that's one aspect of Jedi Survivor that I was looking forward to. How are you going to change the combat? Because the combat, the moment-to-moment lightsaber fights, I think are so good. They're fun, they're challenging, and I liked turning the difficulty up. There are actual dual sabers in this, instead of it being a flourish in the previous game when you get the double lightsaber, sort of the double-bladed lightsaber like the twin blades. That's sort of like Darth Maul's lightsaber, and you can sort of split it apart in a flourish, but that's about it. You're holding them for like a second. But in this, consistently you see on his hip an extra lightsaber when he's holding one, and in one of the fights, as I showed you a couple seconds ago, he actually pulls out the second lightsaber. So there's hopefully going to be new stances, new fighting styles, and new movement things that we can do in the combat when we decide to hold two lightsabers. I think it's going to be awesome. Then we got to see what I'm calling a great saber, or a great sword lightsaber, a great saber. He has sort of the sword hilt that Kylo Ren has, but thankfully he has guards on the bottom so his hand doesn't slide up and chop his fingers off. There are guards there, which I thought was pretty cool. And the way he uses that lightsaber is very, very different than the other ones that he has. Single lightsaber is obviously meant for like the one-on-one, but sort of the dual blade one was great for groups. And then dual sabers, I'm not sure what exactly we'll be doing with that, and you can see some new moves there with the dual blade. But the great saber seems like big, hard, heavy-hitting, devastating, posture-breaking attack. So it's sort of like if you've played any of the Elden Ring games. There it is there. He gets it out. And then when he's using it, you can clearly see it's very, very different. Big, huge, devastating moves, jumps, and just absolutely flourished big swing there at the end. So I am really excited to see what that brings. Like, are there going to be enemies that are more susceptible to that? Like, you really need to use that instead because you need the heavier hits, you need the bigger and the stronger attacks. Very excited about that. We are seeing new foes in the trailer, new potential enemies. It seems like one of them maybe teams up with us when that dual pair says they're going to kill us. The one guy ends up in the background of one of the scenes and seemingly being friendly to you, and we do not know who this person is. The one-armed man is still a mystery. I can't tell. People are saying that it sounds like Cal. Maybe it's the same voice actor. Maybe he's a clone. I don't know. Feel free to leave a comment below, or come into a stream and theorize with me, because I'd really like to know who the one-armed man is. And there's apparently a new planet. Whenever there's a couple of sequences, people that are very familiar with all the planets in Star Wars have said there's clearly a planet they're not familiar with. So lots of new things coming. There's things I might have missed. I almost missed the blaster thing because I started thinking, no, he doesn't have a blaster in the game. They're never really showing it off. So leave those comments below, anything I might have missed. Jedi Survivor is coming to PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC on March 17th, which that's kind of the last piece to this. All right, it's kind of the last piece of this. This is next gen only. That was a theme. That was something that kind of happened during the Game Awards. We started seeing more and more trailers for games, DLCs, expansions, etc. that are going to be next gen only. What are your thoughts on that? If you really like the first game, you're not going to be able to play the new one unless you get a new console. So make sure you're smashing the like button if you're in the live audience. If you're watching the past broadcast, smash that like button and just listen to the conversation as we have it. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Launch date's my birthday. Oh, well, that's a nice birthday present, Valiant. Make sure you guys are going through all of the morning rituals, and then now that we're done with the show open, I will put the member goal up there. You guys got us back to 1,200, so the next big goal we're going for is 2,000 members. We want to get back to that, and every 25 members, I have to gift 5, so feel free to get that number going this morning. Was there anything I missed in the trailer Anything that you saw that I didn't see, I didn't catch. Detective C says, I think you may be covering a potential Game of the Year winner here. This will certainly be a contender. Next gen only, strong story, great graphics, great combat. I do think there's a lot in its corner. I loved the story in Jedi Fallen Order. I thought they did an excellent job with it. I thought they absolutely crushed it. It's one of those things where I do think sometimes when you're looking at a game like this, some people just care about the combat, but I don't know very many Star Wars fans that would look at this and say, no, I don't care. I don't care about the story, because it is just such a rich, I think, environment for good storytelling. And I really hope some of the characters from the last one end up showing up again. That is a concern, obviously. Like, where's Marin? Because Marin, I actually thought they were going to give her a chance to use the lightsaber. There's that sequence where she holds it and she's like, yeah, she seems to like it. I don't understand why this is happening. There we go. It wouldn't let me enter down in this text box. Good morning, y'all. Buddy system with the blaster, dude. Yeah, that's the other thing, Sandy. Is that just going to be like a temporary thing, like that guy? Is he just going to be there like one time? Is he not going to be there a whole lot more after that? Is it a one-time mission thing? Is he where we get our blaster? I would actually love to know how that ends up playing out as well. Like, I actually think he's the one we're going to get our blaster from, personally. I think he's the one that's going to be giving it to us. I think he's going to be like, hey, you can't use a lightsaber here, man. You gotta use a blaster, bro. You're going to draw too much attention. And then we're going to realize that, like, having a blaster is actually pretty good. Actually, pretty good use of Star Wars weaponry for our loadout as a Jedi. You know, we're not going to be completely opposed to it. It would be funny if Cal's like, I don't want to. You know, it would be funny if he tries to stay pure and he's like, I don't want to use a blaster, man. I'm a Jedi. I was arguing a little with Horizon Forbidden West peeps that the PS4 didn't hold it back, but this Burning Shores announcement kind of blows a big hole in my logic. What do you think? It's hard to know, though, right? It's hard to know. Are they saying that it's held back because of illogical, made-up, ideological reasons? Or were people saying Horizon Forbidden West was held back because, memory issues, right? Like, could they point to specific instances where that actually was like, oh yeah, there's memory issues or there's problems with the game? Yo, what's good, Feed? I see you in the chat. Does that make sense? Like, in my mind, the reason to leave behind the old when you're doing an expansion is you're running out of space, right? That'll be a topic for another day, though, so I don't want to spend too much time on Horizon Forbidden West. I don't want to cannibalize another show. There's a lot of things that came out of the Game Awards. In this regard, with Jedi Fallen Order 2 being next-gen only, Jedi Survivor being next-gen only, and here's the sequence. You meet this guy, he helps you, and if you pay close attention here, it's hard to see the blaster, so he's obviously helping you up, and I don't think we have the blaster yet, but right here, clear as day, we have the blaster on our hip. We have the blaster on our hip, and then he comes in and finishes the guy off. That guy's dead. Like, he's already been, basically killed, essentially. I need to switch the advanced scene switcher now. I don't need the trailer to be coming up on its own now. We need second cam to be pulling up. Where is it? There it is. Whenever we're on second cam, and I think we've been doing 3 and 20, I believe. There we go. We've got our second cam here, guys. If you didn't see it, we got the Frickmas blend in. The bags are white, so I'm dreaming of a white Frickmas. This is not what we ordered, but I'm signing all the bags, so you can benefit from the limited edition white Frickmas bags. Get your coffee orders in today. We fulfilled like 60-something orders over the weekend. So thank you very, very much. And who wants to get us started on our daily member goal? Every 25 members, I have to give 5. Get those in. Thank you guys for a strong turnout this morning. Everybody that smashed the like button and everything else. Next-gen exclusive and Unreal Engine 5 should have been what they did. This game will still be last-gen technology as hardware goes. How do you know that? Who told you that? What information are you basing that off of? I don't... You know that engines are adaptable, right? Like, not everybody has to do Unreal 5 in order to achieve next-gen quality and next-gen performance. Seems like more diversity in locations, at least is what it looks like. Yo, good morning, Hex. Seems like he's right. Same with God of War. It's just how it is. Right there in the trailer, I wonder if that's a cutscene or we actually get to fly in this one, or is that the end of a fighting in the air? Oh, right. Are there going to be, like, flying battles, space battles? Yeah, I don't know if they're going to do anything like that. Yo, it's good, Captain Toasty Buns. Just Sharpie the entire bag. Yeah, my kiddos felt really bad for me. They told my wife, they were like, we can color the bags in for him. Because I felt like nauseous when it showed up. I was like, oh my gosh, everything. How do you do that? How do you send me 500 some odd bags of coffee and they're all wrong? Arkham Knight was Unreal 3, and that game looks better than some PS5 games. Yeah, I don't think you need to leave behind your engine. You ever played Elden Ring on PS4 and PS5? It's night and day difference. Last gen needs to go, just holding games back at this point. Right, but I'm not sure what point you're making, because now I'm confused. Now you're saying things that, you know, are generally accepted to a certain degree, and yes, I've played Elden Ring quite a bit. Yo, Thunderhawk, welcome back, and thanks for doing a Member Plus. I was supposed to upload a video over the weekend for Member Pluses and VIPs. I just completely forgot. The weekend got so freaking busy. The holidays just make it hard. We were supposed to be out of town, and we weren't, so then we ended up doing all this stuff, and I got a bunch of stuff done for the Lego channel, and I just completely slipped my mind. I also didn't give members a sneak peek last night, so as members, you should be getting those sneak peeks. Today's member segment is Mean Comment Monday. We'll be looking at more mean comments. It's a funny segment every Monday, so make sure you get your memberships going. I think their argument with Survivor and Burning Shores is that the SSD speed makes stuff possible that you can't implement if you're also deving for old hardware, and I don't think I can disagree. I mean, Lona, did you get some kind of compensation for the screw-up? I haven't talked to Creature yet. He was speaking with the coffee company, and they were speaking with the printers because it was the printer's fault. It wasn't. The coffee company did not do this. It was not them. So I believe they're going to do right by us. If they're not, obviously, you know, there are ways we can escalate. I don't think we're going to have to do that. I believe they'll take care of us. Yo, good morning, Trippy Moon. Okay, so when it comes to the SSD, all right, I can say a couple of things, and both of them can be true. I can say that, like, Horizon Forbidden West and God of War Ragnarok were not held back, right? I can say that. I can say, listen, they weren't held back. Do you want to know why? Their dev cycle started so early. That game's scope, that game's release cycle, that game's release date timing, you wouldn't have had them be PS5 only. Now, when I look at Jedi Survivor, the Jedi Survivor release date's right around the corner, and it's next-gen only. So what that tells me is they jumped on development right away. They're going to be using, obviously, similar animation sets. They've got the world and engine. Essentially, they can build in there, right? That probably helped them with this timeline. Because 2023, the Jedi Fallen Order release date was 2019. So that's a 4-year window. That's a small window from game one to sequel. So more than likely, it's also possible they might have had DLC planned, and they started building stuff, and they started building weapon sets, animation sets, and move sets, and they were like, no, let's just throw this in a new game. This is too good to be the foundations of a DLC. I don't know. I'm speculating. But the point is that with a dev cycle that small, and that short, I would hazard a guess this game is not going to be some insane next-gen tour de force. I would imagine it's a lot of the existing engine assets They built an amazing game, and then they turned up everything. Turned up the graphics, turned up the lighting, turned up reflections, etc., all those things that you can't do on old gen. Now, Derek's question was about the SSD. Going forward, yes, I do think the SSD as well as the data controller on the PS5 is going to be one of the reasons that you see games really start to do amazing things. It's like, well, you know, no load times in Ghost of Tsushima is pretty cool, but what's even cooler is some of the stuff they were able to do in Ratchet and Clank and Returnal by making it a next-gen only game and tapping into that data controller. Just, you know, instantaneous, all sorts of things become possible when you can do that. I'm fully on board with the engines being flexible and robust enough to not hinder development across consoles, but with huge stuff being loaded in on the fly, the SSD certainly must be truly next level. Oh, yeah, for sure. The Jedi Fallen Order was a proper game. Haven't finished it, but definitely will revisit. I played through it twice. I immediately went back through and played Jedi Fallen Order a second time, and I upped the difficulty. And I just think that's one of those things where it's rare when a game does that to you, I think. I think it's rare when a game does that to you, that you actually feel like, no, I'm jumping back in right now. I want to play it immediately again. And it served as a good catalyst into Sekiro and other titles. You see how fast Forspoken level fast travel was? It was instantaneous. Yeah, and that's not surprising at all. That just isn't, because they pushed out that update in Ghost of Tsushima, and, you know, Ghost of Tsushima is an old game, and they were able to give Ghost of Tsushima instantaneous load time. So I don't think instantaneous load time of fast travel is necessarily going to convince a lot of people to say, oh man, this game's next gen. It's more about what can they do with instantaneous load time to give you a very special experience. Now, we have to admit, sometimes it's literally just going to be, wow, that made that level feel really immersive. There was no immersion break. When I opened that door and went inside, there was no loading screen. There was no break. There was no, oh, blip, oh, I gotta wait for a minute for the level to load. Like, some of it is just immersion level. Like, I don't think every single game is going to be able to say, let's create technology, let's create, you know, mechanical function in the game that utilizes the instantaneous load. Like, I don't necessarily think you're going to see that in every single game. That might be expecting way too much. Playing Fallen Order, definitely enjoying the PS5 upgrade for sure. Yeah, they did that free upgrade a while back. I think playing Fallen Order on higher difficulty is the way to go, in my opinion. The lower difficulty can cause it to be more boring than it actually is. I actually agree with that. I think one of the things the harder difficulty does is it makes every single fight seem important. Every single fight seems to matter. If you guys are just tuning in, we're taking a look at the Jedi Survivor new gameplay from the trailer. There was a Jedi Survivor release trailer that went live at the Game Awards the other night, and it showed a lot of new gameplay mechanics, a lot of things I almost missed. I had to come over the trailer multiple times. I started theory crafting, like, maybe we don't get a blaster. Maybe we have an AI companion who's like a ranged blaster-wielding guy, like a ranged companion, kind of like Atreus. But there are moments in the trailer where it is crystal clear that Cal does have a blaster. I think we actually get it from that AI companion. That's kind of my theory. And now we're talking about the fact that Jedi Survivor will be next gen only. It will not be available on the previous generation consoles. Fallen Order adjusted difficulty smartly and did not make enemies damage sponges. 320 here. I think we can get to 200 likes. Oh, Detective Seeds is saying there's 320 people here. We can get to 200 likes. We can probably start off with some gifted members, too. I have to gift 5 if we hit the 25 goal. We've been consistently hitting that, so help us get that started this morning. Did you miss the droids? I thought we're not anymore since Clone Wars is done. Perhaps the Empire is still using those droids. Jedi Survivor timeline is Obi-Wan Kenobi series. I don't know why certain droids are in there and why certain droids are not. I don't know why there's a Wampa. What is that? What's the snow guy's name? Wampa? I always say that and then I feel like I'm wrong. I think there's a non-snow Wampa in this. He's the one that comes crashing down here at one point. this March. I think he comes actually, yeah, right here. So that's a Wampa, but he's not in the snow. He's more of like a grizzly bear Wampa. Come on, autofocus, quit being a dingbat. Those droids show up in Rebels, says Eugene. One of the things with Horizon Forbidden West, the devs said a while back, was that they had to slow down the speed of flying due to PS4 compatibility. Well, and if you look at the trailer for the DLC, right, you look at that trailer, there looks like there's going to be some flying, right? He's a tropical Wampa, right. Any chance Obi-Wan shows up or Cal shows up in the show next season? Maybe. I have very, very strong feelings about Cal showing up in the TV shows. I think it's going to happen. I do. Is it just a grappling hook and not a blaster? Oh, no, it's a blaster. It's 100% a gun. It's the thing on his hip is not a grappling hook. If you go to the sequence where he's with that guy, because I mean it's a gun holster. It's like Han Solo's gun holster. There's like even like places like little notches for bullets, I guess you could call it. I'll get you a good freeze frame here. Yeah, here we go. Right here is where it shows up. So he lifts you up. And, I mean, I don't know what else you would call that on his hip. I mean, it literally looks like a six-shooter almost from a Western. You know what I'm saying? I have severe doubts that that's his grappling hook. I think the grappling hook is on your wrist. It's like that you're wearing some kind of a wrist thing at some point. We could go to the sequence where he uses the grappling hook and see. Let's just watch the whole trailer and see. Because I think when he uses the grappling hook, it's not... I don't think he pulls something off of his belt. And you get blaster things from your pre-order. There's Han's blaster. There's a blaster with the Obi-Wan kit. You get Luke's lightsaber. You get Luke's yellow jacket from the end of New Hope. You get Han Solo's outfit. You can pretty much dress up. You can play, Jedi dress up if you want. I also like that they've totally ditched the ponchos. He looks so much cooler in this one. The ponchos in the last one just got so dadgum old. Yeah, another thing that I'm curious about is this big guy here, him right there. He ends up talking to us in a friendly way later, so maybe this fight ends in a stalemate, and we end up talking with this guy and his buddy, because he's got like a Boba Fett like jetpack on his back, almost like a double, right? Oh, Wampa's gonna slam you around. We got some new droids. That's a new droid. New moves for Cal. New little throw, catch, swing move. There we go. Okay. Oh, we could have just left it keep playing. It's after this section. And that guy gets a nice little kick in there. This game with co-op, I don't think would work very well, personally. Yeah, right here. So the guy in the background, is trying to kill you at some point, and then here, they're seemingly being friendly with you. Also, the guy sitting down has long hair, he has light skin, and he's missing an arm. I think the guy sitting there is the guy from the tank. He's the same race as his master. Yeah, I caught that. It's the same race as his master. I picked up on that. But this guy sitting here looking at the thing, he's got light skin, he's got long hair. Do you see his eyes in that scene? What if you take his arm? Now, the guy in the back, the tank, is missing an arm. I don't know. I feel like that guy's sitting there. Okay, so here he's gonna do the grappling hook. Okay, so he's doing the grappling hook, and you can clearly see the gun still in place on his in the holster. Oh wait, no. Okay, no. This is even better shot. So there's the grappling hook, and his gun right there, not pulling it out. It's possible that it's literally just like they don't even show you. We got a new move, it looks like, to come down. I absolutely love the concept here. That's why I put that on the thumbnail. I put that on the thumbnail for a reason. This is my favorite part right here. That thing, the Great Saber, I'm calling it. That freaking thing looks massive. Absolutely menacing. Just shredding. And big hits. Yo, Gale Windforce coming in with the membership renewal. Welcome to Reforge Member Plus. Thank you so much, Gale, for doing that. Who wants to be the first coffee order today? Who wants to be the first gifted member today? Push all the buttons, chat. Make sure you're smashing like. We are checking out the Jedi Survivor new gameplay details. There's a lot you might have missed. Like, just look at the guy in the tank, all right? So he's missing his right arm. Look at the long hair. Look at the way that it's styled. You know, the top's kind of pulled back, side's kind of there. I swear that's the guy that's sitting down later in the trailer. I swear that it's him. I didn't even notice it ran out. Oh, you're good. Welcome back in. And it looks to me like Seer has set up shop, and is she trying to find all the Force-sensitive people? That looks like a database that she's building. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what's she doing? She's got tattoos. She's looking friggin' dope. I think she's trying to track down all the Force-sensitives. I would love it if it had dismemberment. Yeah. This guy here on the right, him. Yeah. What if it's him? Completely different face, Eugene. I don't even know if that's the same race as his master. The nose and the mouth is all wrong. The nose is completely different. This guy's got like a more traditional, like animalistic nostril set. And that guy, his master, has like a nostril that like touches the outer portions of his cheek. I don't think it's the same. Yeah, I don't think it's the same race. I think they look similar, but they're very different. Could be like Vader. No. That's the answer to the mystery. I'm saying tag team fighting with your buddy has lightsabers means you're going to have to be the guy in the tank with a missing arm. Oh, you think we'll end up tag team fighting with him or play as him, the guy missing an arm? Yeah, here, I'll show you what your master looks like in the previous game. It's not him. Yeah. Number one, it's not him. Number two, I don't think they're the same race. I would argue they're not the same race. The nose is completely different. This guy has like these side nostrils and like, you know, they have a very thick brow. They both have their thick brow. But like, look at this. The way those things fan out, I don't know. They could be the same race because they're purple, they're tall, and like the strong brow. Also, this guy doesn't have big eyes. He's got like almost like beady eyes. They're like small. Yeah, I don't know. It's possible they're the same race, but it's definitely not the same person. I'm saying your buddy would go do a fancy jump off you and accidentally get his arm chopped off. No, I think the armless guy is someone important. I remember the guy in the trailer, you're fighting someone with a red saber. That guy also has one arm. His ears are covered too, which changes how he looks. If we could see his ears, we would definitely know whether or not it was him. And zoop. I don't even know why he does the flourish there. Is anybody in doubt about this scout trooper being dead? Right? Like that right there. That little tickle right up through the rib cage into the heart, you know? Is anybody like, yeah, that scout trooper's, yeah, he needs to be kicked. I'm pretty sure he was already dead when that guy kicked him. Sticking to your blaster theory? What's my blaster theory? Because we concluded a lot in the Discord. We concluded that we probably get it from the guy that jumps off our back, and that we probably use it. We probably have to use it initially because we're not allowed to use our saber or something. Yeah, I don't know who this guy is. That's the guy from the back to tank. You can even slightly see his eyes. We need to get a screenshot of this. And then we need to get a screenshot of the guy from the tank. Hang on one second. Let me paste this. No. Right, let me paste that. All right. I got a screenshot of that. All right. Now, I want to get the guy. Yes, it's him, confirmed by Cody himself. Apparently, the voice actor for the one-armed guy confirmed it. So it is him. Okay. Let me get another screenshot here. I want to compare. I don't know if we get to see his nose, because his nose would be a pretty dead giveaway. No, we don't get to see it. We don't get to see him. Okay, hang on. We can try and get a shot when he's coming up out of the water. I feel like that hairstyle is very, very similar. I feel like his hairstyle is similar. It's like pulled back in the middle. All right. And then we'll open that. All right. I'm going to abandon the theory that those guys are the same race. I don't think they are. Come on, camera. Quit being stupid. All right, so here we go. So that's him. That pull back across the top. Maybe the eyebrows. Maybe the eyebrows. I'm telling you, that's him. It's not a Cal clone. Yeah, it's a different voice actor. That was the other thing people were saying. They were like, it sounds like the same voice actor as Cal. I'm like, I don't think so. This is going to be a good game. What's good? Yeah, that's definitely him. There's no doubt in my mind now. If you look at the brow shape and the way the hair comes back, they try to hide his eyes in this spot here, but you can clearly see his eye is blue. Thick brows, that light skin color, right? This one looks like a woman. It's not a woman. He ain't got no shirt on. Like when he's in the back of the tank, you can clearly see it's a dude. All right. Well, that settles it. I mean, in my mind, I didn't need confirmation from the voice actor, but apparently the voice actor has confirmed that this guy in the tank is that guy in the trailer. General Hux, he was at the Game Awards. Who was the guy that does the voice acting for the one-armed man? Was he at the Game Awards? I mean, I know the guy that does Cal was at the Game Awards. Look at his right sleeve; it's pinned down. Oh, he 100% is missing an arm. Yeah. So skin color, eye color, and missing an arm. Like that's a lot of check boxes, right? That's a lot of check boxes. Jedi Fallen Order was the first game I finished on the PS5 when I got it 2 years ago, and I really enjoyed it. Looking forward to what's possible on the next gen only. Yo, yeah, I'm the same, Scott. I loved the first one. I really, really did. People are speculating that he's from the High Republic era, and he's been in hibernation since then. That could be cool. I'm just glad it's not a clone of Cal. I think that would have really hurt. I think that would have hurt Cal's appeal as a character. You can't just keep turning everybody into clones. I don't think that works. It looks like the dude who played Hux in the new trilogy. In the new trilogy? All right, hang on a second. No, it does not. You are reaching real far if you think it looks like General Hux. Number one, General Hux is a redhead. He looks crazy. He has normal skin color. He's not like an alien with lightish, whitish, bluish skin. I don't know what you're talking about. You're just grabbing a random character. You're just grabbing a random character and be like, yeah, it looks like General Hux. Yeah, it looks like guys, I really think this is C-3PO. Really looks like C-3PO. The actor? It doesn't look like the actor either. No way. That's an actual actor. I recognize this guy. That is not the guy who plays General Hux. Doesn't look anything like him. They look nothing alike. This guy has a much more prominent nose and a very, very different face shape. Not at all. He does not look like Hux. Their nose shape's different. Their face shape's different. No. Lono already bodying me? Well, because you just grabbed a random... Do you want me to show? All right, let's do it. I mean, you said it, not me. You said they look similar. I don't know how. Let's just take a peek at General Hux. Yeah, they have. I will say they have similar. They have slightly similar mouths. Like they both have like really full mouths. But no, even their mouth shape's quite a bit different. All right, so we got this guy, and then we got this guy. They're practically twins. They're practically twins, bro. They look a lot alike, dude. Wait, hang on a minute. Hang on. I think I figured out who it is. If you really look at it, you don't have to squint, but from just the right angle. Hang on a minute. Hang on. This is a good picture. So I think from just the right angle, if you look at this shot here, right? So there, what I want you to pay close attention to is the blue eyes. Like there's I think it's that. I think that's it. I think it's R2. I don't know. I mean, the blue, I feel like the blue is a dead giveaway, you know? It's just a dead giveaway. It's clearly R2 hanging out in that bacta tank. Thank you for 13 months, Rainbow. Welcome back, and that's a member plus. Finally home. It's freezing cold in Holland. Yeah, it's got to be cold in Holland after that loss. Ugh, I was cheering for Ned. Oh, Dunge. It's Marsov. There it is. We made it a long time before the Destiny joke finally landed. Let's not forget about the corrupt senator they confirmed early on. Could he be the one in charge of this dude in the tank? I don't feel like the dude in the tank is taking orders from anybody. I feel like he helps us. Maybe not. Maybe he betrays us. I don't know. So is that the guy from Dathomir? He has the same skin coloring and look as Marin. He could be from Dathomir. Wait, does Marin ever... I feel like she mentions having a brother. Is that ever mentioned? Why am I thinking that? Marin's brother? No. No, I don't think she mentions having a brother. You know, I don't think he's related to Marin. That would have been pretty cool. Are you from the Britain or the US? I'm from the US, but I always like cheering for the Netherlands. So that was sad. That was what an epic tie, but PKs are just tough, man. They're freaking tough. It's a Star Wars game, there's always betrayal. You right, her brothers? I can't remember if she specifically mentioned losing a brother or something. I thought she talked about her sisters. You know what I'm saying? I thought she talked about her sisters, like all of her sisters that died, because that guy, he tricked them, right? Malekith, was that his name? No, Malekith is from Thor. Oh, what's his name? You fight him, dadgummit. The guy with the two sabers. He's one of the best characters in Jedi Fallen Order, next to Trilla. She's my absolute favorite. I want a prequel where you just play as Trilla. That's what I want. I want her descent into the dark side. Malicos, that's it. Malicos, not Malekith. Malicos. I don't think Night Sisters have brothers. Yeah, there might not be any brothers. I might be thinking of something else. I might be thinking of something else. I thought she mentioned it, but I don't think she did. Now that I think about it. Oh, Malekith's Elden Ring. That's right. Who's the guy that kills Thor's mom? I thought it was Malekith. No, it's not Malekith. It's a name like that, though. Yeah, Two Saber Dave. Yeah, Darth Maul's from Dathomir. Yeah, all the guys on Dathomir look like Darth Maul for a reason. Yo, what's good, Jojo? How are you? This game's about to be good. Online duels would be incredible. I don't think they're going to do any online duels. If you guys like this camera angle, check this out. This is the Frickmas roast. And yes, we are... These are limited edition white Frickmas bags. They were supposed to be black, so now you guys get limited edition white bags. I do sign them and write on them, so make sure and get your orders today. Thank you so much to everybody who's already ordered Frickmas. Make sure you're smashing like. And this is looking sad over here. If we get to the hour mark, maybe I'll just turn it off. I'm like, sorry, you guys missed your chance, because you guys told me to do this. This was not my idea. Terran Malicos. I thought he was awesome. He sounded like the voice actor from Skyrim. Like he reminded me of one of the guys from Skyrim, like the way that he talked and the way that he like communicated. He really, really did remind me of that. We should get that sweet Coke delivered to Korea. I may have to frame my bag with a signature. Well, it's a good sized bag. It's a good sized bag. They're big. That's the other thing we're gonna look into. I don't even know if that's the right. I don't even know if it's the right size. They're big. You guys are gonna be really excited when you get them. They're good sized. It'll sit right next to your coffee maker, and you will never forget to make your coffee with this gargantuan bag. You will never forget. You'll be like, that's such a good reminder. You know? It's the size of a piece of legal paper. I really like it, though. They're high quality. When do we get new bags for the real coffee? Oh, the light and the red. The light and the red. The light and the dark. Well, that'll have to be once we order them. It was Malekith who kills Friggin and Thor. Oh, it is Malekith. I did have the name right. Yeah. Yeah, the next time we order dark and the next time we order light, we'll be upgrading. And those will be black bags. It is being rectified. They're doing right by us. We'll be reordering the dark very, very soon. Dark's getting down there. Not be like Cicero. I dislike him in Skyrim. I'm glad when he's not alive. Dark very, very soon. It's so white it's blinding. Yeah, well, I'm dreaming of a white Frickmas. When you guys get your orders, make sure and do hashtag white Frickmas on Twitter. We can turn it into something to look back and just kind of chuckle about. We can look back and chuckle about it. If you've never been here before, this is kind of what we do. We take a topic and we just kind of beat it around, debate it and discuss it. And we are talking about Jedi Survivor new gameplay mechanics. I am curious, with giving Cal a blaster, is that going to be lore affecting? Right? Aren't Jedi like anti-blaster? Hey, Craig's not going to leave me hanging. Thank you so much. Gifting 5 members to the community, getting us started off right. Happy Raging Matt, Shinobi, Sam Jack, Joker, and Nolan Saints. I recognize almost all of those names as people who are here virtually every day, putting us at 5 out of the 25. Thank you very much. I gift 5 back as a thank you to the community every time we hit 25, just as a way to pay it forward. Thank you very much. When life gives you lemons, make it a hashtag. That's right. Well, keep in mind that's only a 12-ounce bag. Don't let the size of Lono confuse you and think it's 180 ounces. Yeah. The game would need to be very large to justify fast travel. Yeah, there's not really. I mean, there is fast travel in Jedi Fallen Order, but not really. Like, you fly, you like charter a course. Like, your ship goes to a planet and then you get out. Do you mean like, I don't think they'll let you fast travel around the planets, because that would I mean, I guess they let you fast travel in Metroidvanias. Fast traveling between the meditation spots would be nice. That was a little annoying sometimes. Like, okay, it's time to leave. And instead of just fast traveling to the meditation spot like right by my ship, it's like, I gotta literally climb all the way out of here. That was one of the reasons I hated Dathomir. I got good at the combat in Dathomir. It wasn't the combat or the enemies. It was, now that I'm done, I've got this. I got this long truck back to the ship. That drove me nuts sometimes. I get in a Metroidvania, you don't want to give people too much freedom of like bouncing around the world, but you also don't want to feel like I'm just wasting my time. You know what I mean? I've not played Fallen Order. Got to get on that first. Oh, it's well worth a playthrough. A blaster's a reason he's literally called Jedi Survivor. I think they did a good job of unlocking shortcuts, so it wasn't that bad. It wasn't bad on most of the planets, but Dathomir was the one that was pretty irritating. I felt like all the other planets, it wasn't too bad. It was like, you'd go through a couple of doors and you'd be back home. But Dathomir was always like, oh my gosh, I got to go all the way back up. Then I got to go over there. Then I got to cut through there. You know what I mean? That was the one planet where I felt like it got a little grating. The shortcuts were more effective. I felt like they were more effective on the other planets. I feel like we're well past the times of traditional Jedi rules. I can't see using a blaster being that big of a deal at this point in the timeline. Well, but you have to think about where Cal lands in the timeline, right? Cal predates Luke. So that means that, like, using a blaster, I'm not saying he shouldn't. I'm not upset by it by any means. I'm not upset by it. But it's almost like, are they going to say something about it? Right? Is there going to be conflict? Are they going to make it a point of the story to where Cal maybe even has flashbacks to his master being like, no, we don't use blasters? Like, is it going to be something that he struggles with? Or is he just going to be like, yeah, dope, man, pew pew, it's pew pew time, you know? I was stuck for hours in temple with the puzzle. I was like, come on. I don't remember that. Hope Obi-Wan's in the end, just like Vader was. That was so dope. I'm telling you, the end of Jedi Fallen Order is probably some of the best Star Wars you can experience. Like, it's up on that top shelf. Because when Trilla is like, when she says avenge us, I think that just is so powerful. So powerful. 2 words that carry just a metric ton of weight. The idea that she was going to come back to the light side. She says us. She's including herself with Seer, with Cal. It's like, avenge us, you know, fight the Empire. It's one of those moments, right? It's a fight the Empire moment. I freaking absolutely love that part in the game. It's just thrilling. And she steals the show. I'm telling you, she steals the show. She's the best part. She's the best actor. She's the best performer in Jedi Fallen Order. I'm hoping we get an Obi-Wan cameo like we got in Vader. Somebody just said that, Sven. Not having a blaster would be stupid. Someone on the run trying to stay low-key needs to have a defense weapon that doesn't draw tons of attention. Yeah, like, oh, this guy's arms are all chopped off nice and clean. I wonder how somebody did that. You can see the terror on her face when Garth Vader... Yeah, Garth, just breathed. Yeah, as soon as you hear him breathing, you're like, oh my gosh. I died when I got there because I was geeking out. Homegirl turned and said, run. I put the controller down, dead. Yeah. They could bring her back, by the way. They could. They could Darth Maul it up. You know what I mean? Star Wars Jedi Battle Scars is a novel set between Fallen Order and Survivor. It's now available for pre-order. Oh, are you serious? Do I have to get that and buy it? Oh, man. They got Seer looking like Han Solo on there with, like, the vest and the gun. Ben used a blaster. Well, yeah, now that we have a terrible TV show, Obi-Wan showing up wouldn't make sense either. Yeah, I don't see Obi-Wan showing up. There's not a whole lot of sense to that in my mind. It would have to be after Obi-Wan. He just goes on a side trip. Yeah, like, what's he doing? You know, Cal would have to seek him out, maybe. There was an Obi-Wan cameo in Fallen Order. Not as much time, though, to be fair. How was there an Obi-Wan cameo in Fallen Order? When did that happen? What are you talking about? Yeah, you just hear the breathing and you know it's about to get real. Yeah. The holocron. Oh, do you see his name when they're looking at it? Obi-Wan's going to Ohio. The holocron warning Seer. Yoda needs a cameo. I don't know about that. The same thing happens in Rebels. I don't care what they do as long as there's no 10-year-old Leia. I don't have a whole lot of demands. I don't. But I really need to make sure you guys need to promise me that there's no 10-year-old Leia. That's right. I need no 10-year-old Leia, please. It was a message. They meet in person when he's a Padawan. They don't show that, though. They don't show Cal as a Padawan meeting Obi-Wan. I don't think so. I'm looking through Twitter for stuff we might have missed. Yeah, I would love to read that book, though. A 10-year-old Leia chase scene, please. Yes. Before Order 66 happens? What? Cal meets Obi-Wan. That only happens in the book? That's what I'm saying. That's not in the game. There's no Cal meets Obi-Wan in the game. I would freaking remember that. I played the dadgum game twice. He does not meet him in the video game. Obi-Wan only shows up in the holocron. Yeah, Jedi Fallen Order, Obi-Wan holocron. Wait, does he say something? Do you actually get to see him? I don't think they show him. Do you hear him talk? Or is that... Yeah, and when they're in the ship looking at it, do you hear... Yeah, you hear Obi-Wan talk, don't you? Like it's the voice from the cartoon. I think. It's the voice. Is it the voice actor from the cartoon? You see his hologram and he talks. Obi-Wan shows up in a recording. It's just a generic warning. Okay, right. All right. I remember that. I would remember Cal meeting him as a child, because those flashbacks were all pretty dope. Fallen Order start right after Order 66? No, it doesn't. No. Because Order 66 happens and Cal escapes as a child. And then what? Is it like 10 years later, Cal is in hiding and they're looking for Jedi? I don't know the exact timing. Right? But he shows up. He shows up like older. You know what I mean? Cal's 18 in Fallen Order. Yeah, I don't know, how old is he in Order 66? He's young. He's like, I don't know, is he like 10? He's between 10 and 12, isn't he? When the place gets run over, you're not very big at all. You're pretty short. You know, he's like a child. I would think he would be considered a youngling at that point when he escapes. My bad. It was Awakening that meets, it was Anakin that meets him in person, not Obi-Wan on the ship. Oh, you thinking in the prequels? Would we retain all our abilities? That's a great question, 809. I don't know how they handle that, right? Oh, it's 5 years. So they're just going to do 5-year jumps. Like Order 66 happens, 5 years to Fallen Order, 5 years to Jedi Survivor. Okay. I mean, that makes sense. So he's 13. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know how they're going to do that, 809. Like, when we start Jedi Survivor, are you going to have none of your abilities from Jedi Fallen Order? Or are just all those abilities going to be baked in, and then you add a bunch of new things that you can do? Blaster, dual saber, I'm calling it the Great Saber, the one with the hilt that he holds. So you got dual saber, great saber, you got blasters. A blaster, I should say. And then as far as I can tell, there's new movesets. There's new movesets that you get that at multiple times during this trailer. You'll see Cal do things with the lightsabers that he couldn't do in the previous game. There's at least twice where he does throwing things with them that are brand new. Cal looks great with stubble. He looks closer to what his actor actually looks like. I thought the actor walking out with the lightsaber was an indication he's going to be in the show, one of the shows. I think they're going to utilize him. I think they'd be stupid not to. He's a fantastic actor, and, you know, you've got highly praised Star Wars games, story, and lore all centered around him. And a BD unit showed up in Mando, so come on. You've made... Yeah, right there. So right here, you can clearly see he's like, all right, I got to get out 2 sabers, and then it doesn't look like a flourish. It looks like he makes that choice to get out the second saber. He does. He gets kind of tossed around there. And here we see a new move. He throws through, catches, and swings. So some type of an execution finisher thing that he's able to do. That was new, right? And here you see, AI companion co-op finisher. More throws, a hand change. He holds the saber differently here, so he catches it backwards for the slash. I mean, he's just looking handsome. All right, here we got dual saber just flipping around him. So that's another new move. So he I think he catches it at the very beginning of the clip, does he not? I think he does. I'm just coming up with excuses to look at that. Yeah, yep. So this is a dual throw. So this clip opens with him catching it, right? Clip opens with him catching it, and then he throws it again, and it gets everybody. So that's another new thing he can do. This is pretty standard fare. Here is more proof that here's more proof he's got dual sabers on command. This is not a flourish. You can see here he's got dual sabers out that enable him to do like a running deflection thing, you know? So it's not just like it's a flourish, you can pull one out. Grappling hook. There's the great saber. Great saber comes with some new moves. So this is going to be I think it's going to be a whole new fighting stance. So if you look, the reason I'm calling this a great saber is look how long the handle is. Look how long that is. That's basically, you know what it is? This is your saber. It's not a second saber. So you can see it's long enough for the dual blade, but he does a big swing. I think it's longer. I want to say it's longer. We can get a good shot here. Let's get a shot where it's not. Yeah, I think it's longer than the standard saber. So bigger, heavier attacks. So I would imagine that's how they're going to do it. They're going to take your existing stuff, and you're just going to have all those movesets. You want to run dual blade. You want to run single saber. You want to have force powers. Yeah. You're going to have all that, and then just add on top, you know. Dual, not dual blade, but dual saber. 2 sabers, more throws, more executions, more finishers, and then the great saber. And then a blaster as well. The actor's a live-action actor. He was in Gotham. Yeah, he was highly recognized for his performance in Gotham. That's why I'm saying, like, he's a great actor. Longsword, great sword. What's the difference? To me, I'm just going to keep calling it great saber. That's what it is to me. Star Wars Jedi Survivor borrows a lot from Kylo Ren. Yeah, there's a handful of holds. He holds the saber a couple times in ways that to me does feel heavily influenced by Kylo. I thought the vents that created that effect were because someone was inexperienced in building a lightsaber, but Cal's knows how to build one, so that doesn't make sense to me. It could be fan service. Could be fan service, you know, like, hey, let's do that. It'll get everybody excited. I hope they don't give us all of our abilities at the beginning and then something happens where you lose them. I wonder if they will actually call it this in the game. Kylo Ren was the first Force user to ever wield a crossguard lightsaber in the movies, while his first appearance in The Force Awakens shows a dominating use of the Force Stasis ability. Yeah, a crossguard lightsaber. Yeah, I wonder if they're going to call it that. Is that ever what they officially called it? A crossguard lightsaber? To me, it looks like an enhancement that you put on your existing lightsaber. And he looks up first. That's why I think it's longer. He looks up first. So he looks up at like, okay, this is quite a bit different than my normal saber. And then he looks down. He doesn't even look at the cross. He doesn't even look at the hilt, the crossguard hilt on it. I want to see if we can get a screenshot here of size. So there's no blur. Yeah, see, that's blurry. Okay, right there. I don't know. It's tough. That's roughly the same size as the... Wait, there's probably a shot after he swings through. I think there's a good pause shot after he swings through, like right on this side, where there's going to be a single frame. Nope. What's going on there? I want to see if there's a single frame of him just holding it. Because he's clearly using it in a different way. It completely changes his fighting style. Wham. Yeah, it's probably going to be the one over his shoulder at the end there. Right there will be the best shot, probably. It's hard because it gets blurry. It gets blurry and stuff. Look at the lighting on BD. This is good light source, right? This might be one of the reasons it's next gen only. You know what I'm saying? This one might. This is. Look at the light source on Cal and BD from the saber. Look at his arm. That's really good work. That looks freaking dope. Boom. Good stuff. Yo, good morning, Sorcerer. You're excited for Remnant 2? When is this releasing? Official release date of Jedi Survivor is March 17th of 2023. Right there on the screen for you. March 17th. Jedi Survivor release date. Guys, make sure you are smashing all the buttons. Thanks for a great turnout here on Monday morning. This is our first show of the day. You may have noticed we're like an hour in, and I've not disrupted the stream with ads. Like, I can click a button to run ads. We don't do that here. What we do is we leave it to the community to support the stream with members, and every 25, I got to gift 5. Consider doing that. There's other ways to support as well. Smashing like, hitting subscribe, chatting, saying good morning, letting us know what you think, or you can order some of our coffee. And that coffee's not a sponsor. We do have sponsors if you're curious. If you're ever curious about the shirts I'm wearing or the glasses I'm wearing, feel free to ask or use the commands. I just saw something I didn't see until just now. So Seer has some kind of an assistant. Let me get out of the way here. Okay. What are we looking at over here, Star Wars nerds? Is this from cartoons, books, comics, something? Like, do we know who or what this person is? Do we? It's hard to tell where she is, too. Seems like she's in a familiar place, like somewhere we've been before. You're watching with YouTube Premium? Nice. You want Transformer details? Yeah, I think a lot of people want details on Transformers. I'm curious who that is. This place looks really familiar. It looks like that one place that you go and it's grassy and there's cave systems and there's the temple. It's like she set up shop in that central building that you went in a couple of times. Looks like a Jedi archive. I think it looks like a Jedi archive, right? Like she's trying to rebuild it. They have outfits similar to the ancient Zepho race. That's what I was thinking. I thought it looked like a Zepho a little bit. But the Zepho, aren't the Zepho like really tall and gone? You're in luck that we have a little crap ton of Transformers details. We'll be giving them to you this week. But today, Star Wars. Yeah. Anything that's come out, I'm going to give you guys a temporary rundown of what's coming. We'll be talking about Diablo 4 this afternoon. We've got Horizon Forbidden West discussions. The Modern Warfare 2 stuff that launches this week. We got Blue Protocol. We got Transformers. We got a lot of stuff. Yeah, I doubt that's a real account. Bye. So many, yeah, highly doubt. So many bot accounts these days. Will Cal still run his hand through his hair as an idle animation? I don't know. Maybe he'll like rub his beard. You know what I mean? So those are all the shows coming up. Don't cannibalize those shows by talking about those things ahead of time, because you'll catch me off guard and I'll start talking about them. Here's something I just now noticed. Yeah. So, while he's using the Great Saber, he gets some type of an icon here. I don't remember seeing this from the previous game. Is that an execution icon? Was that in the first game to indicate that you had earned an execution? I don't remember. It's been so long since I played. So that right there, the little circle, is that in the first game? Wheezy says, did no one see that? So then he's like, wham and wham. So he earns the execution. Not targeting. It's not there until a certain point. I ordered the shirt you were wearing last week. Thank you. That looks like a lock-on? No, that's not a lock-on. That doesn't make any sense. It's not there. It's not there. It appears after the upswing. Boom, boom, and then it appears. And then it disappears once he does the execution. You can target enemies? I don't think that's a targeting thing. It's not there. I think it's the execution. It's like, hey, you earned this. This is probably for executions or low health. Oh, sorry, Wheezy. Where'd you say that? I don't see where you said that, Wheeze. How long ago did you see that? I'm scrolling up. You might have accidentally put stuff together and made it look like a hyperlink. I know there was an execution thing in the first, but did they signify it with an icon like that? Oh, you said it a few days ago. You expect me to remember that? Yeah, there was definitely an execution thing in the first one. I remember that. I just wasn't sure if that's how they signified it. I'm a little curious about the mounts, too. So he tames it, right? And he can clearly attack from the mount. I got a little excited here. As much as I think they're lame, right? As much as I think they're lame, like the battle droid, I got kind of excited when I saw the battle droid. You know, I don't know. Maybe just because I want to kill them. This doesn't seem like something you'll be able to do on the regular. You know what I mean? What are you going to do? Like blow a whistle and some dragon's going to like come and pick you up? The first game finisher icon, it was like a red dot. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if you're going to be able to do that on the regular. That would be kind of weird. This guy's like, we kill Jedi. And this guy with his double Boba Fett jetpack. Wait, did we see under his helmet there? Might have. Where is it? Did I not go back? I didn't go back far enough. I think we can see under his helmet a little bit. Wait, where's the shot? I swear I saw it. Oh, it's like real quick in here. Look at Cal. He's like, this is hard. It's hard fighting you. I don't know. If that's the guy's skin underneath there, it might be the guy later on. It might be. Is that left arm different? No, it's hard to tell. Oh no, it might be the guy sitting later. It's the guy from the back to tank. But why would we run into him in a suit like that? We'll have to wait to see, because I don't think there's enough here. I love this guy's look too. Just give me a game playing as him. Just running around with blasters, being some kind of a smuggler. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think it's the guy from the suit. I think it's the guy from the back to tank. They've all but confirmed that. I hope they had dismemberment. I thought there was dismemberment in the last game, but you could only do it to like the stormtroopers, so like it wasn't super violent. Oh no, you could do it to the droids. You could do it to the droids. You could like cut the droids in half and stuff. I mean, he dismembers this guy, legs off, and then slices down. So I mean, at the very least, you can dismember the droids. Oh, the square. The square was the icon. So you knew you could finish them because the actual button popped up. Okay. No decapitation. And no disintegrations. That saber is definitely longer and has slower, harder-hitting moveset. I'm looking forward to that playstyle. There was no visual indicator in the first one. It just happened at low health. I don't know. I thought there was a thing. I thought there was something that let you know they were ready. Talking about the troopers because the droids doesn't feel the same. Well, let's watch closely here. No, he holds. So he holds the guy here, And then he just chops him down. And then dismember... No, I don't think he dismembers that battle droid. We don't see anybody die here. More of an open world. It's very possible that the worlds will be bigger and more open. Why else would you give me a mount? You know what I mean? I don't really need a mount. Sounds like we need to boot up Fallen Order. I would always love to go back and play games like that. I just don't think it's conducive to what we do here. We're primarily a talk show, and that just... Whenever we try and do stuff like that, I don't know. It tends to not go very well. I mean, yeah, he like stabs, he pokes right through and stabs that guy. Doesn't seem like you're gonna get any dismemberment. If it's on droids, you'll get it on droids, but you ain't gonna get it on everything else. You're not gonna get it on the stormtroopers or the people. We could do it in March. I'm gonna give that a big fat maybe. I'm gonna give that a big fat maybe. We thought about doing that with God of War, and then we just watched the cinematics, and that was actually really, really fun, and I was glad that we did that. But I'm gonna give that a big fat maybe, because I love Jedi Fallen Order. I love it. It's super fun. It's a pretty long game. It's not short. Need to be a 2-day thing? Yeah, there ain't no way I'm playing Fallen Order in 2 days. That's a long game. I think if you just straight up beeline the story and you don't grab any of the chests or do any exploration, that's probably a 12-hour game. Even then, that's going fast. That's going extremely fast. I don't think we could do it. And I wouldn't enjoy it. Like, I don't want to play a game and have to put the pedal all the way down to the floor because, like, we're worried about support. That would be such a mistreatment of the game, you know what I mean? Executions are impaling and killing stroke across the neck or chest. Star Wars games tend to be more mature than the movies, but at the end of the day, they still want it to be kid-friendly. I think it'd be done in 7 with the difficulty on normal. Oh, I don't... Order, campaign. Jedi Fallen Order, campaign length. This wiki guide says the main story, pulling people, is landing at 17 hours. If you do main plus extras, it's 22. If you do completionists, it's 32. I don't think we're going to get it down to that. Yeah. This is saying 17 hours. I'm saying if you just ran main story and you went super fast, I was saying 12. That's probably pushing it. There's just no way. Being a streamer, periodically having to like talk or answer a question or, whatever, restroom breaks, that 17 quickly becomes 20 hours, which 5 days a week, that's 4 hours a day. There's just no freaking way. There's just no way. My playthrough was like 31. I just wouldn't want to play it that way. I'd want to just play through it and enjoy it and like comb over all the nooks and the crannies and the clues and the hints. You know what I'm saying? It's, we're constantly dealing with that here, like the idea of like, hey, it'd be really fun to do that with gameplay or that with gameplay. I just think the natural dilemma is until we have a demand audience or channel built for gameplay, I just think gameplay is always going to be a challenge here. The cinematic recap is 3 minutes and 40 seconds. yeah, you do a cinematic recap. 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Jiminy Christmas. If you've already done it, it'd be much shorter as you know where to go and you don't need to find the secrets. That was a long time ago, though. I honestly wouldn't remember the exact order to do things. I would 100% get turned around trying to rush it. I would 100%. There's a lot of stuff. 3 hours and 40 seconds. A 3-hour runtime if we did a cinematic recap. Yeah. I mean, we could do that again the 2 days before it comes out. We could do, an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes, hour and 40 minutes, and then that would get us there. No, I'm sorry. It would be an hour and 50. Hour 50, hour 50. right around 2 hours. So a 2-hour stream and a 2-hour stream just watching cinematic recap, break it into part 1, part 2. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what we think by then, you know? We'll see what we think by then. It's the challenge. It's the challenge of building what we've built. You know, I love sitting here and talking, and people love sitting here talking to me and listening. And then the minute we break from that, it's a big dilemma. You know, the more and more that we do shows like today, where we just take the Jedi Survivor new gameplay, just chop it up and discuss it. The more we do this, the more we're going to find folks that are like, I really thought that was a good show, and that's what they're going to largely expect to see when I'm in their feed. I love Fallen Order. I was going to self-impose permadeath runs on the highest difficulty for a few months. Yeah, see, I can't do that. I don't mind turning up the difficulty, but the whole one life permadeath thing, I can't do that. Yeah, I can't do that. If you guys are enjoying the show, do all the things that help support the show. Consider gifting some members. We've gotten 5 already over there, 20 more, and I have to gift. Maybe order some coffee. No coffee orders today. A lot of you guys probably already got your orders in. We fulfilled 60 orders over the weekend, and we do have the new bags for the Frickmas. A little out of reach. So get those orders in. They are white, so we're celebrating white Frickmas by me signing the bags. So we're making lemonade. Those are supposed to be black bags. Going forward, when we get the bags, they will be black. I think the hardest difficulty will be spammy and sponge like the first game. I don't remember people saying that the first game was spammy sponge. I just remember people feeling that they thought it was some of the fights were bad, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people looked at Jedi Fallen Order difficulty and they said, it's great, turn it all the way up. And then there were others who were like, yeah, when you turn it all the way up, there's a couple of fights that are super annoying, right? Trilla being one of them. I was curious what the speedrun time was. That's fast. Oh, there are people that have figured out how to speedrun it in 1 hour and 18. That's ridiculous. Jedi Master was kind of a nice spot until the final boss. Yeah, I heard people that liked to turn Jedi Fallen Order's difficulty all the way up, and then they thought that the last boss... I feel like there was another boss that annoyed people on the hardest difficulty. I'm dreaming of a white Frickmas. That's right. That's right. If you guys have never tried it before, it's ours. That's not a sponsor. Like, that's mine. That's in my home. My wife and kiddos bag it up and ship it to you. And that holiday blend tends to take over. It tends to be our most popular flavor when it's available. So, SNTR Network, you guys, where are you seeing that? Where are you seeing SNTR Network? Everything's under Reforge Media now. Yeah, the bag says distributed by Reforge Media. Obviously, the original coffee bags still say distributed by SNTR Network. That is us. But obviously, everything now falls under Reforge Media. This will be my first time trying Frickmas. I hope it gets delivered tomorrow. Nice. What state of mind do you have to be to do, like, permadeath beyond my comprehension? Trilla was just hard. I don't know that it was unfair, though. I remember on second hardest difficulty being annoyed by the blaster thing that would show up. There was something that would appear above her head. I got an email saying a shipment happened, and it said SNTR Network. It shouldn't have said that. It should have said Reforge Media. Did all you guys get your emails and that's what it said? That's not what it should say. It should say Reforge Media. Did you get an email over the weekend that said that, Quintar? I got 2 emails, one from SNTR Network and one from Reforge Media. Yours says SNTR. Which one says SNTR? The shipment one? Or the order? Packages arriving today from SNTR Network. Yeah, it should not say that. That's kind of annoying. I went in and changed everything. Yeah, it should not do that. I'll look into that. I have everything under Reforge Media now, and it shouldn't be saying that when it sends the email. It says SNTR has sent you a package. That's all. Yeah. Will automatically send a tracking email your package receipt whenever send a shipping label. You can use this page to edit that. Well, that's not. We don't want that doing. In case I ever accidentally click that. We don't want it saying my name. Yeah, I don't know where to change it. I'll have to look at it. I'll have to look at it. Yeah, it's contact info says Reforge Media, and then when I create a label, it says Reforge Media. So I don't know why it's doing that. Yeah, I don't know where else to change settings. The Ghost of Lono Pass, is that the name for your shipping? It's a thing that that you do in the actual settings. You switch it. Their website is just awful. I've gone through and changed this multiple times, and it's all showing correct right now. It's showing as everything's under Reforge Media, so I'm not sure why it's still saying SNTR Network. That's probably that's potentially confusing to people that get that. They're like, what is this? Payment settings, payment methods, contact info, change or cancel plan. We're not on a plan. Oh, we are on a plan. I didn't realize that. Tracking email. Yeah, I have no evidence. I have no evidence of SNTR Network anywhere in here anymore. So I don't know where else to go. Yep. I don't know. I don't know where else to go. There's only so many menus to go through. Yeah, when I set up the account, but that was an age ago. You should be able to go in and change it, and it's not. There's nowhere to change it. When you go in to change it, we did something recently, and I don't know where we did it. There's a store syncing thing that we did, and I remember seeing SNTR, and I remember changing it. It's a store syncing thing that we did, and I don't know exactly where we did that in the settings. Oh, it might be this button. Reforge Roast. Yes, this is it. This is a different menu. This is a different menu system. Ship from address. Yeah, add, edit, or delete this address. Reforge Media. I'm going through. I'm looking for any remnant. Any remnant of the old. Label customization. Mail. General. Not seeing it. Print options, not seeing it. Automation rules, packing slips, label messages. Yep. Don't print any message on the label. Stores. Edit. I can edit the store. It doesn't let me do it. It doesn't let me edit the store. Nothing. There's nothing in the settings either. I don't know. We'll have to reach out to them and see if we can't get assistance with it. We might have to reach out to them and be like, hey, this is not how this is supposed to go. Email was from Stamps and a reply to your Lono email address. Yeah, your package is arriving. SNTR Network, from SNTR Network. Yeah, it's not supposed to say that. It's not. So, I'll double check to make sure I did everything correct, and then we might have to reach out to them. Probably on the postal side. I mean, I was on stamps.com, and I saw nothing. I saw nothing in there that there's no remnant. There's no other menu for me to go into. There's nothing. There's no other settings. I didn't prepare any discussion questions. Email his name. I'm preparing discussion questions for this one, other than, do you guys, here it is. How do you customize this? Aha! It's under mail. And then you click the little gear symbol. Yo, good morning, Robert. How are you? Choose the image? No. It says that it should be under branded features. I don't think we're set up that way. Yeah, that's not an option. Yeah. Common mail orders and branded features. Common mail orders, branded features isn't there. So I'll have to look into switching us to some kind of a... We must be under some kind of a brand account. And that's the problem. Here's a question. We'd be able to cut stormtroopers in half with the lightsabers. See, people were saying that. They were saying, hey, are we going to be able to do dismemberment? Are we going to be able to, like, cut people in half? And I know people are, like, you know, wanting to see that. I don't think you're going to see that. I think you're going to see, you know, I think you're going to see that it's still just you hit them and they fall down and they die, right? Now, you can cut the droids in half. You can cut the droids in half. But you can't cut the people in half. It's not possible. Cutting droids apart is cool. Yeah. It's not there. Not there either. That level of dismemberment would increase the M rating. Yeah, you have to consider that in the grand scheme of things. You have to consider that, right? Like, if you suddenly let people dismember, you're going to change the rating of the game, which also then means you're going to have people, you know, you're going to have people getting less people buying the game. Do you know what I'm saying? You don't want that. You don't want people feeling like, you know, suddenly like, oh, I can't get the game. I was really looking forward to the game, you know. That would ultimately be the question, is, are they targeting a broader audience? Because I feel like they tend to target a broad audience with games like this. I don't feel like they're targeting you know, a small audience. I feel like they want a pretty big audience. And the minute you hit that M rating, it probably hurts it. Especially if you think about globally. Like, globally, you have a much larger, you know, footprint than you did previously. So, to branded. Branded tracking. Disney wouldn't allow it. That's the other aspect, right? That's the other aspect, is if you go that route, then Disney's going to get involved and they're going to say, no, we don't want Star Wars to look that way, you know. Yeah, there's a way to have the emails go out with, like, our own logo and stuff. There's a way to do it. Yeah. There's a way to do it. There's a way to set it up to where we just have to figure out how to switch to a brand account. Like, we can go in and personalize it, you know. We can go in and personalize it. Like, we can put our own logo and stuff at the top. Lona, you know what's crazy? Because back in Force Unleashed 2, you had dismemberment in arms and body parts. Yeah, but that was probably before you had... that was before you were owned by Disney. Right? That's always going to play a factor, is it not? I think that's a I think that's going to change things. If who owned it back then? It was probably just Lucas back then. I mean, I don't know how many people you had back then. How many people did you have like with input on a video game like that? Who did they even approve that stuff through? It probably was just all through LucasArts at that level, I would think. Disney didn't own them and the ratings were different. Yeah. It's a different world back then. Like, Disney obviously brings the money, which is good and bad, you know, helps increase footprint, helps do all kinds of things. And, you know, I think whenever you're in that department, you're going to see things shift and change. I don't necessarily think dismemberment of humans is needed. I thoroughly enjoyed, there were monsters on Dathomir that if you did the right things and you did them in the right order, you could you could chop like their hands off. And I thought that was dope. It was like one of my favorite things. Like, I would intentionally try to land that execution every time. And so, but again, that wasn't a human, right? It was, you know, it was like a monster, whatever you want to call it. So I thought it was cool. I went for it every time, but I don't think not being able to like chop a stormtrooper in half is a deal breaker. You know, I don't know if it is. When I look at Jedi Survivor gameplay, I'm not thinking that's like I really, really need to be able to do that. Right? Star Wars Force Unleashed 2. None of the Force Unleashed had human dismemberment. Yeah, apparently there's a game fact on it. There was no dismemberment back then. You might be misremembering. You might actually be misremembering how that played out. Because I played both those games, and I don't remember there being any dismemberment. I didn't remember that being a part of how the game flow went. There's a game fact where they're like, is there any dismemberment in Force Unleashed 2? And they said no. Or they said there's still none. I'm not saying it's a deal breaker, just saying that it's cool. Yeah, oh no, I'm not saying that you're saying it's a deal breaker, but for sure, it would be nice when you land a nice combo on a stormtrooper to see that, that make it a little bit more visceral, maybe. Make it a little bit more rough, Last game I remember having it was Jedi Academy. Are the guys wearing the armor in the trailer? I don't know. I don't know if that's what they are. He looks a little bit like the Jedi are immortal formless species, which originated from... I don't know. No. The guy in the armor, I don't think that guy in the armor is a Jedi. An unkillable Jedi. He does look really similar, but that would be kind of weird. Maybe. There are people right now theorizing. There's a YouTube channel right now. You should be terrified to fight this Star Wars Jedi Survivor enemy. Jedi Explained. I don't know if that's a Jedi, though. The Jedi have a lot more of a animalistic, jacked up face with teeth overlapping. He doesn't quite look like that. So there are people that are obviously theorizing and doing their own version of clickbait to get people in to be like, man, you really gotta, this guy's not gonna be killable, But I don't necessarily think that we have confirmation that it's a Jedi. I don't see any evidence of that. Yeah, the chick, her name is Marin. So Marin's not in the trailer, and neither is Grease, and we don't know what's happened to them. It seems that we're sort of piloting the ship on our own. There's multiple points in this trailer where they make it pretty clear that we're on the ship by ourselves. The only thing of Armored Core that's not next gen only. You don't deserve the power because you've shown you're unworthy of it. What are you talking about? Yeah, so right there. Now, we don't know if he's not a very good pilot because they show this, and it looks like BD's trying to help, and then we don't have a great landing. So it's possible we crash here and get stuck. It's possible we have to get a new ship. I honestly don't know. But no Grease, no Marin in the trailer. I don't think that means they're gone. However, there is a novel that you can pre-order right now that it's called Star Wars Jedi Battle Scars. It takes place between Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor, and Marin's on the cover, so we might find out what happens to her. I'm not sure. Also, I'm going to say it, role-playing as a Jedi, wanting to cut off arms, I doubt your Jedi-ness. I mean, the first time a lightsaber shows up in Star Wars cinema, an arm gets cut off. So I don't necessarily think it's a problem to wanna see Dismemberment. But for ratings, it's kind of important for them to not have Dismemberment. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, they're trying to sell copies of a video game, so they don't want people getting, chopped up, sliced up, and, and cut up. No, the guy they show helping you is not Poe. Poe would not be, Poe would be much older. No, I'm sorry. Poe wouldn't be around yet. Sorry, I flipped it around. Poe would not be around yet. Poe would be not even a baby yet. At this stage, so this is 10 years after Order 66. So Poe's not even alive yet. Poe's not even a glimmer in his daddy's eye. This would predate all of that. I think he's just meant to look like the typical, smuggler, gun-toting, you know what I mean? See by arms. Yeah, I just don't think it's that big of a deal. Not gonna lie, I know Disney owning this is why there's no Dismemberment. When LucasArts owned it, they still sold copies doing it. But we're having a hard time finding games right now that have the Dismemberment. Force Unleashed 1 and 2 did not have Dismemberment, and that was pre-Disney ownership. So I don't know if we can put this all on Disney. I don't think we can put this all on Disney. It's a ratings thing. They want to get that nice teen rating. 2 orders of coffee coming in, a bag of Frickmas to someone named Jesse, and another bag of Frickmas. Did you mean to do 2 separate orders on purpose? This email is to confirm contact information for stamps has recently changed. The following information was changed. Address. Okay. I don't know if that was me. Me? I got 2 emails. I had the wrong zip. Okay. You have to go back to the Jedi games, I think. Yeah, you probably have to go back pretty far. Force Unleashed did have Dismemberment, pretty sure. No, we just looked it up a minute ago. It didn't. I remember cutting off hands and arms in Jedi Knight 2 Outcast. Jedi Knight Outcast had Dismemberment, but only if you turned it on in the console commands. Oh. So you had to go and turn it on manually. It wasn't on by default. Just send both to the edited address. Okay, I can remember to do that because I'm the one that prints the labels. Wait, can you... But how am I going to know which one's the right one? I guess the second order's the right one. Hey, somebody used my code over there on Gamer Advantage. Thank you for doing that. The glasses I'm wearing are blue light blocking, so thank you whoever used my code over there at gameradvantage.com. Gives you a discount and it supports me. And we have a couple different frames that we show off and wear on stream. Thank you very much. And thank you to... Who did this? I forget now who did this. Craig. Craig got us started on the member goal, 5 out of 25. Every 25 members, I have to give 5. So thank you, Craig, for starting us off with that. Glasses for me. Looking forward to trying them. Thank you, Chase. I appreciate that. Jedi Knight series only had dismemberment in the base games. If you were on PC, you could turn on realistic saber combat. KOTOR didn't even have it at all, except for Krea's hand getting chopped off in KOTOR 2. And Force Unleashed 1 didn't have any either. It looks like a lot did not have it. Force Unleashed 2 did have it. No, we literally saw a forum post that said, did Force Unleashed have dismemberment? And they said, no, it still doesn't have it. Force Unleashed 2 dismemberment. Players use lightsabers and force powers to defeat stormtroopers and fantasy creatures in frenetic melee-style combat. Lightsaber strikes often impale enemies, and some attacks cause dismemberment to stormtroopers, though in a non-gory way. Oh, it does sound like there was some stormtrooper dismemberment in Force Unleashed 2. Okay. So there was some. In a non-gory way. So it sounds like they didn't draw a ton of attention to it. Okay. Yeah, there was a there was a forum post where there were people claiming that it didn't have it. They were like, yeah, no, it doesn't have it, just like the first game doesn't have it. But they must have been incorrect on that forum post. I just assumed that people were coming to the internet to complain about it, like they played the game and they were like, there's no dismemberment, you know, and then they went run into the thing. This, I guess, over senior Rico again. Amen. I appreciate that very much. Appreciate that very much. Twitter, thank you. Yeah, I'm blocking you. There are bot accounts. There are bot accounts now hitting Twitter again. That's true. They lied to the ESRB. Posted to give above that had trooper arms getting chopped off. Yes, I saw it and I remarked at the time. And that was not Force Unleashed 2. I don't know what game it was. It would make more sense if Star Wars Jedi Survivor to have dismemberment, considering you're using a lightsaber. It makes the combat look more realistic. Sure, they're just, again, they're playing a ratings game. They're just playing a ratings game. Like, Star Wars they don't want Star Wars to be in that weird category of like, hey, this is a mature game, you know? It's just easier to be like, no. You know what I'm saying? It's that simple. The combat in the previous game in Jedi Fallen Order was visceral. It was visceral. It was tough, you know. It was fast paced, and you can shred some of the alien like enemies, some of the non-humanoid enemies. You can slice them up pretty good. So, you know, I don't necessarily look at it and think, oh, it'd make it so much more realistic. I'm just like, yeah, but it would shrink the footprint of potential sales, because now you got everybody like, oh, I can't get it now. It's mature. My parents won't let me get it now. You know what I mean? The robes one-armed man is wearing, the robes he's wearing looks like High Republic. Yeah, I had some people say they think he might be from the High Republic era. We had some people saying that a little bit ago. There you go. It made me check out Sekiro because it felt clunky. Now I'm obsessed with Sekiro. Yeah, I remember Jedi Fallen Order getting me into Sekiro. Now, I fell out of love with Sekiro pretty quickly, and I came back to it later, and it's now my favorite FromSoft game. To the point that, you know, I would like to play it again. but, we'll see. It would be really, really fun to play that game again. It just would take too long. We don't really have a place. We don't really have a place for that kind of content now. Fallen Order was Game of the Year for me. It won some awards, did it not? I feel like it won some awards. Combat felt amazing. Best Star Wars to date. I remember when I was just walking around one of the towns, like just the art style and the stormtroopers and everything. It just felt really, really good. It was like, this is a good game. This is a good Star Wars. It's good to just be in the Star Wars universe and Jedi Fallen Order. It just feels good to be in the game. Sekiro boss rush for a Friday night. That would be a terrible idea. We tried to do a surprise community game night on Friday to celebrate all the new members last week, and we tried to play Among Us Hide and Go Seek, and the servers were terrible. Everybody just kept disconnecting. And I know it wasn't my internet. Like, for a second, we thought it was because I was on Wi-Fi. So I got off Wi-Fi, and we just couldn't stay connected. It was super frustrating. We were trying to celebrate it. Like, we're going to be doing Mean Comment Monday here shortly. So if you guys want to get a bunch more members to come with us, get that done in the next probably, 20 minutes or so. But on Friday nights, we do community game nights once a month, and I said, well, let's just do that. Let's jump in and do that. That was after I played from some Forspoken. So if you guys want to see my gameplay of Forspoken demo, that's on the channel as well. And we just couldn't stay in games, man. Oh, it was Unleashed 2. There's unlockable skins. I didn't know that. Yeah, we just couldn't stay in. It was pretty frustrating. It was pretty frustrating. That stream of Forspoken. The stream of Forspoken was really, really fun until I got like lightly critical of some of the things that they did in the game, and then all of a sudden I was met with all these people that are like, "You're doing it wrong. You don't know how to play." I'm like, okay. Is Sekiro on Steam? It is on Steam, yes. Yo, good morning, Abe. The number of times humanoid limbs were removed in the whole movie series is 8, I think. Dismemberment of non-droid characters was not rampant in the series. Yeah, I'm not too concerned about it, I'm not too concerned about it. He gets to impale them, he gets to slice them up, he gets to, pick them up and throw them, and, he gets to do enough. ESRB description of stormtroopers is robots. The ESRB thinks that stormtroopers are robots. That's kind of adorable. Obi-Wan wasn't in a game. That begging to be able to call people's limbs. You see the difference between having it to and want to. They straight up lied to the ESRB. Yeah, I mean, if they told the ESRB, oh yeah, we have dismemberment of stormtroopers, and stormtroopers are robots. If they don't bleed, they're robots. Yeah, I guess. They're bots, just not robots. Yeah. The description only happens if the devs tell them that. It could be how the ESRB decided to rate it themselves. Like, maybe the devs didn't say stormtroopers are robots. Maybe the ESRB concluded, well, they're basically robots. They don't bleed. They're armored, humanoids that show no blood. I don't know. Fine either way. It just doesn't make sense to not have it. I think it does make sense to not have it. It's for the ratings. It's for the ratings. You know what I'm saying? They're, they don't want to have a mature game. I think it's pretty simple. All right. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this to bother you guys. We're going to make that number be an awkward number. I'm going to gift 1 and put us at 6. I hope somebody's OCD is bothered by this. Oh, alerts aren't on. That might help. Dummy. There we go. Alerts now should be on. That puts us at 6 out of 25. There. It's an awkward number. There you go. Wretched Horror, you just got a gifted membership. Congratulations. Welcome on in. Joke's on you. I like the chaos. That's just evil, says Zubair. There it is. Wretched popped up. Joke's on you. 6 is our favorite number. I wish DMZ AI had Stormtrooper aim again. Oh, I know. I was seeing people complain about it in here and on Twitter. I saw people complain about it. I thought you said wretched horror. Horror. Yeah. It's not that serious. Yo, welcome back, Jaggy. Thanks for jumping back in as a member. Nice gold badge for you. Thanks for doing the Member Plus as well. Now, wretched horror. I'll enunciate every R. DMZ AI is stupid. I hate it so much, but I spent all weekend in the DMZ. Starting to understand about the sentiment. If you're just wanting to cut off limbs, you're not being very Jedi-like. Are they wanting to cut off limbs, Eugene, or are they wanting just some consistency? Because you are taking a laser sword and you are swinging it through droids, swinging it through animals, and their limbs are coming off. And then when you hit a humanoid, they're like, nah, it just kind of doesn't. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if people are saying, I really have a strong desire to cut off limbs. I think they're looking at this right here, and they're like, blink, his legs come off, bam, his head comes off. I mean, he decapitates this robot, right? It's a very quick frame, but that dude's head's coming off. There it is. See? I just think people think, it'd be consistent. You know, I do that to a stormtrooper. Is his head gonna pop off like in the Lego games? Yo, Jaggy. That's a 15-month renewal. Had to wait till my last membership ran out. Upgrading on iPad isn't easy. Well, welcome to Member Plus. I appreciate everybody who's doing that. Upgrading to Member Plus or VIP. The VIP lounge in the Discord sometimes gets game codes. They're not like giveaways. It's just we just kind of throw them in there. Yo, what's good, Andrew Mandrew? I got blanked running to Exfil Chopper. I mantled to get in, and another team came flying in a truck and pancaking me between the truck and the chopper. Ouch, that hurts. Yeah, I mean, Mace Windu straight up chops Jango's head off. That's true. He didn't want to do that. He had to. I don't know. He could have stabbed him. He could have stabbed him. He could have kicked him. He could have force pushed him. A lot of options there. Jango's guard's down. You know, Mace Windu closed the gap on him. They told the ESRB that stormtroopers were robots and not humans. That's misleading. I had to sit out 2 extractions because people in the tank rolled up on me. Yeah. That was my one concern with DMZ, is that it would turn a little griefy, you know? Like, people are literally just probably roaming around in trucks, tanks, or whatever, and the minute they see those things go off, like, oh, somebody's trying to extract, they're probably just going and trying to kill people. Like, I wonder if that's a thing, you know? I was playing with my cousin. We called Exfil. Another team kept saying, friendly. We let them get on with us. Cousin threw a thermite and drowned them. Aw, that's not cool. They weren't grieving. They just wanted my extraction, and I had no means to argue. Oh, for sure. You never see Maul chopped in half. It's only implied. No, it's not implied. You see his body bounce into 2 different pieces. What are you talking about? When he falls in that pit, you see his upper torso and his legs. Like, you see 2 separate pieces of his body. We are the toxic players griefers Lono talks about. Oh, I guarantee there's people doing it. I'll come up on a group of real players saying I'm friendly and then proceed to shoot them in the back. I don't think so. He splits in half for sure. As a kid, I said Maul's boots fell off. You see him in half. You never see the saber chop him in half. Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, sure. Like, you don't necessarily see Obi-Wan slice off, Anakin's arm and leg. Or arm and legs, plural. He, does it really fast. Got into a team of 6 last night. That was fun. A team of 6? How'd you do that? And with Dooku? Yeah. Saw this Darth Grogu pick, and now I can't stop thinking about it. Yeah, that's pretty dope. Yeah, look at that. That's sick. You can invite people to your squad in DMZ? You can. Interesting. I did not know that. Yeah, I know this is fan art, but this shows they've got some potential with that character. You know what I'm saying? They could take him far. They could take him real far, man. That's freaking sick. Holding up on the D-pad. You can group up to 6 once you're in. I didn't know you could do that. Wait. See, I wish we could do that on a Friday night. That'd be so fun on a Friday night to get 5 people, get 2 squads, try to matchmake at the same time, and then find each other and team up. I wonder if you can do that in an organized way. Is it fairly easy to get in, or would that be a nightmare? Would we constantly get in and have to back out? That'd be super dope. That'd be good for a Throwdown Thursday too, if there's enough people around. I think this Friday, Madam can't be here. Yeah, I'll be flying solo this Friday. Oh, there's actually a faction mission where you have to do it. Huh. You get banned if someone reports you for teaming? Not if it's a function in the game. If you're allowed to team up, how would they know that you planned to be in the server? It's not any different than finding a team and successfully joining. Give me 1 second. I got to run upstairs really quickly. All right. I'm going to go ahead and schedule members only mean comments. We hit 2 hours on this. I wasn't sure where we would end up with this particular topic, but I thought this was great. I thought we had good conversation. Thought combing over all the details was fun. You know, comparing it to the previous game was good. Once I feel like a show has kind of hit its ceiling, though, I've just gotten to the point where we've got other things planned. That's why we have the members thing in the middle. And then our second show of the day is going to be about Diablo 4. We're going to be looking at the early access. I wanted to debate whether or not that's pay to win. Now, I know we kind of already did that the other day, but that's not a piece of content on the channel. So sometimes we might revisit something that you were here for, but there was only a couple hundred people here for that. I wouldn't mind having a thumbnail and a title and be like, okay, here's an actual piece of content with my outlook on it. Here's a summary of the breakdown, especially in the wake of that trailer that they put up during the Game Awards. If you guys would like to try to hit this before we go to mean comment members, I will give you members only mean comments. I'll give you guys like 4 or 5 minutes if you feel like doing that. Thank you everybody who ordered coffee today. We had one order of Frickmas today. And so High on Life tomorrow. Yes, we should be able to check out High on Life tomorrow. We were going to try and grind some Spec Ops to get ready for the raid on Wednesday, but I may just have to kick Spec Ops to like a late night grind and try and ping people in the Discord to help me. I just don't have a whole lot of strong desire to like allot time for that with how poorly it ran. I've got my own concerns. Like, we are going to take a crack at the raid on Wednesday. We are, but I am not going to let that thing overstay its welcome if it's buggy and glitchy and bad or stuff doesn't work right. Same, how Spec Ops was. So we want to check it out. We want to look at it. But you have to get a raid key too. How do you get a raid key? Yo, Quintar. There we go. Come on. We can do this. We can do this once a day. Once a day, chat. That's 11. That takes us to 11 out of 25. My man Quintar, Sam Thompson, Gaines, Mr. Boot, Chris Surf, and Rumble 8. Let's do a little members push right now before we go to mean comments. Let's bring a bunch of people with us, especially here at the tail end of the stream. Most of these are more of they're a little bit more faithful to the channel and not just the topic. Like, a lot of people bail on the topic fairly quickly. But if you're here this late in the stream, we appreciate you hanging with us, and you probably will get rewarded with a membership. That's an incentive to stay for the whole show. Whenever we're doing shows like this, we do these drives at the end of a show a lot of times, and that puts us at 11 out of 25. Thank you, Quintar, for doing that. DMZ by extracting with more than 30,000. You can get a raid key in Spec Ops or DMZ. Oh. We might have to do a Tuesday throwdown. I don't know. I like doing New Trailer Tuesday, but we might have to do a Tuesday throwdown tomorrow instead and just try and grind with some peeps. I just don't know. My biggest concern is we have to give such a disproportionate amount of time. We have to give such a disproportionate amount of time in order to prep and be prepared. That's my biggest concern about it. And then I need people to play with on Wednesday if we're going to check it out, right? I think that's going to be the challenge. Always down for some DMZ. Just give a ping. Yo, it's good, Blakey. Two more minutes. 2 more minutes. If you guys want to try to jump on what Quintar's doing, you can keep that number going. If not, we will go to members. We'll look at some funny, mean comments. I had some good ones that I brought over from another app that were pretty good that I found this morning. A lot of trailers to go through from the Game Awards. Yes, there were. I recorded some shorts that'll be hitting the updates channel, reacting to some of it, and there was a lot there. So I took some time to record all those over the weekend, and those will hit all throughout this week. Does DMZ have Dismemberment? No. That's what it stands for, Dismemberment Zone. DMZ and Spec Ops. You got to extract with 30k. What do you have to do in Spec Ops to get the raid key? Do we know? So not only do I need to do that, but the people that are going to play with me need to do that as well before Wednesday. See the news over the weekend? The EU called FTC for lying about Microsoft. Yeah, did you see that the EU is stupid and they need to read their own freaking document because the FTC quoted their document and the FTC and the EU responded to misleading headlines? Did you read that? Oh, 1 key per run, only one person needs it. Oh, okay, that's not bad. That's not bad then. I have a video coming about that. I have a video coming about that FTC thing. Since, you know, everybody wanted to jump on my video and be like, the EU called out the FTC. Oh, did they now? Is YouTube having trouble today? Because the video that you're uploading, Creature, it says it's stuck at 41%. It's been like that for 30. I checked 30 minutes ago and it said that. Is YouTube being crummy again with upload? That's the video for the end of the day. My thoughts on Forspoken. I don't think it has combat that's conducive for an action-adventure game. I think the combat is everything I dislike in combat. So I think it'll have people that love it. I think it's going to turn a ton of people off. I didn't find it to be particularly good. It felt clunky. It was not intuitive. Even once you started to understand it, I just didn't feel like it was all that rewarding. Being a pain in the butt on the main channel only for some reason? Huh. Have you tried just deleting and starting over? I had a short do that the other day. Not a short. I was uploading a video for members, and it was just going super slow. I was like, what the frick? I literally deleted it and started over, and it went super fast. Like, I don't know what it was. I had to do that the other day. I was doing it from my phone, and I was like, what is happening? It was like a 2-minute video. You're 50-50 on Forspoken. I was not a fan of the combat. Yeah. In a game like that, the combat has to immediately hook you. And it, like, almost immediately feels awkward. So. Alright, we'll carry this 11 over. I'll carry that over into the second stream. We'll see if we can't hit it in the second stream. I'm not going to belabor the point. Quintar, you got us closer. We'll see if we can't get it in the second talk show. Alright, we're going to go to mean comments. This is a members-only stream. If you want to become a member, click join. It's $5. Hey, thanks so much for clicking on this. It's Monday, so we're going to be taking a look at some mean comments. Mean Comment Monday is something that we do just for members. So even if you weren't here, I hope these are fun for you. They're short streams in the afternoon. It allows me to take a little break, have my lunch. Sometimes we look at trailers. Sometimes we check out new games. Thursday Throwdown's a great time for me to check out games or play games with you. We only do that once a week, though, so most of the time we are not doing that. Yeah, let me give you guys a link to the members-only stream. If you prefer not to ride the redirect, I will put a link in chat, and then I will end the previous stream and let those folks come over. It should bring you with the stream closing, and that should end the previous stream and bring everybody over. And then